Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Ankur Ghosh. He's founder and CEO of SSV Capital Plc. Ankur, great to have you back in the studio again.
Thank you very much.
So Ankur, it's been a few months since you've been in here, and there have been quite a few developments. I remember last time you were in, you were chatting to Thomas about the SmartPay, SSV SmartPay launch. That has happened. Take us through some of the developments for the past few months.
Again, as I told, it was a challenging last few months, and it's going to be challenging for the rest of the year. I assure you that. But in regards, like I think last time I was here was around in November. We did a soft launch at House of Commons on the 24th of November. The app is now live. Merchants are basically onboarded. Customers are starting to use this app, and it is looking like really good traction. So ideally what we realistically hope is to categorically go into 5,000 or 10,000 merchants and thereby increase the transactions between 1 million and 2 million transactions. So SmartPay is really good. Phase 2 development has already started within SSV SmartPay. So not only that it's a unique QR-based open banking solution, encrypted, but we are also bringing a digital wallet as well as a cross-border payment technology. And if everything goes well, we will do a full launch again in July 2024. So that's what we are looking forward to.
Who are you targeting with SSV SmartPay, Ankur?
Any and everyone, really. Ideally, the scope of this is open banking platform, which Bank of England has given us back in 2018. Now, if you look into the historic transactions, starting in 2018, and I'm just giving you as per Statista, last year, the transaction size was just about 13.6 billion, whereas Visa, MasterCard, the debit facility, the transaction size are over 800 billion. So if you see the gap in the market from 13.6 billion all the way to 800 billion, we are targeting the full scope of it. And ideally, for the very first year of us being live, we want to target about 800 million with the transactions of about 1 to 2 million. So it's everywhere. But the key focus is merchant over here, because historically, if you go to see, merchants are paying a lot of transaction fees. They're paying a subscription fee. The payment, what they owe from the customers, is not getting to a payment. What uniqueness we have brought in, the transactions is immediately paid to the merchants. There is no subscription at this point of time. And the user interface altogether, and we want to promote that QR-based payment technology using the open banking memorandum so that everyone benefits from it, really.
Ankur, another thing you discussed in your last visit was the launch of the PropTech platform.
Yes.
Take us through what's happened with that.
So basically a lot of development on the PropTech platform as such. So we have incorporated SSV Real Estate, and under which we are going on to the commercial real estate, and the PropTech platform is really genius about it. How you decarbonize the buildings, what about the IoT calculations? Because if you see London, Paris, or any rest of the Western worlds, everything is backed on sustainability. What impact does it make? And we believe in the people, planet, prosperity. So based on that, we have to look after our planet. So if you see the buildings, how the energy consumptions are. So not only that, we are basically investing in commercial properties, but we are giving a theme-based investment of PropTech. So we are basically decarbonizing those buildings. And I had got very good interactions with a few companies in Netherlands, Amsterdam, also in Luxembourg. We are also taking that in India, Australia, and America as such. So I think we are very much ready for the commercial buildings to come.
And something that you can take global.
We are taking baby steps at the moment. We are starting here in UK, and we have primarily had some kind of key components in India at the moment, and we are also going into Denmark, as I told you, Amsterdam and Luxembourg. But again, if you look overall in Netherlands, they are really in need these kind of technology, because the world is going sustainable, and what impact are you creating for it? So it's not only getting the profits out of the commercial properties, but building them sustainable for the next further generation to come in, and therefore make it impactful. That's where PropTech comes through.
You mentioned Luxembourg. Tell us what's happened with the Luxembourg Fund.
Okay, Luxembourg, very interesting. So under AIFM, we are launching the 50 million fund, which invests in fintech, 25 million and 25 million in the commercial real estate. So I've recently been to Singapore. I'm again going back to New York on the 1st of May. So all these LPs, the limited partners, they're showing the family office institutions are massively basically looking into this PropTech, fintech, what we have building our ecosystem. But thereby, SSV Capital PLC focuses obviously on commercial real estate and the banking fintech, but therefore now we at SSV Capital Partners becoming an investment manager or a corporate advisor for those GPs to work with the LPs to bring the funds in. So on all, we are building our own ecosystem. So getting a good traction from the LPs, from institution, a lot, yeah.
You mentioned some of the business trips that you have planned. One of those, the LPX event in Singapore. Tell us more about that. What's that?
Oh, firstly, I was hugely honored by Dr. Kiran Bedi. I think it was the day before the LP event, Asia Conclave 2024. So we have won the Sustainability Award. That makes a lot of dedication we have created towards the sustainability, ESG as such, or impact as such. We have to bring that. So Dr. Kiran Bedi has awarded with the Sustainable Awards. It's everywhere on social media. But after that, I had gone and we sponsored an event at LPX at Singapore. Generally, a lot of Hong Kong, Indonesia-based, Singapore-based family offices, institutional investors had invited us to understand what we are really doing and how they can invest. Obviously, profit is one creation, but again, sustainability is the other. Profit with the impact makes a huge thing. So Singapore was a great event, a lot of traction from the LPs. And in fact, I have got potential 16 invites from New York to go on the 1st of May. So a huge impact is coming towards us. Yes.
Sounds like you have a very busy calendar ahead of you.
I would, yes.
Take us through some of the milestones that you're targeting in the next 6 months.
Oh, wonderful. So my understanding as the founder or CEO of the company, or amicably talking about my head of corporate development or my chief strategy or my wonderful executive directors, everything we say will happen has happened historically. So if you look into something we have committed in the last 6 months and what we have done now, we have achieved those milestones, starting with a launch of SmartPay. Now, SmartPay has a phase 2 development to come up with, and then therefore you will use it as a wallet service possibly. Merchants will make a huge rebate on their transaction fees. So the customer interface, the peer-to-peer transfers also becomes a lot more transparent. That's only on the fintech side. On the prop tech, we are talking about at least a 10 million AUM potentially. If we raise those kind of money through the LPs, we are looking at a 10 million AUM, and therefore on the funds, it would be a successful funds. I have already in active talks with the Singapore-based family office. We are also trying to set up another fund in Singapore. So key milestones has been achieved, but now it's all about execution. It's not about selling the dream over here, but executing the dream, becoming it a realistic goal.
I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress you make. Congratulations again on that Sustainability Award.
Thank you very much.
We'll be speaking to you again soon, I hope.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.